Hi guys, my name's Tom and I'm currently a runner in TV and film, and recently so many people have been getting in contact with me asking me what that role entails and what I do. So I thought the best way to do that would be to make an introductory video and give you a brief idea. Now before I start the full video, I just want to fill you in on a few things, and that is that this video will be first and foremost coming from my own experiences. The stuff that I talk about may not be the best way to go around things, but it's the way that I've worked from my own experiences, and it's what I believe to be the right way. But please don't take my word for gospel.
This is gospel.
I'm also going to be talking about the runner in general, so I'll be covering the floor runner, production runner, crowd runner, post-production runner, etc. But I might, in future videos, talk about them more specifically. And also, I'm hoping to cover things that you don't necessarily cover in university, at least not in my experience anyway. Now we've got that sorted, let's go on to part one, which will be an introduction to running. So what is a runner? Basically, it is the entry-level role into TV and film. You can have a runner in the art department, a runner in the camera department, you can have a runner in post-production, but I'm going to be talking about it from the AD department's perspective because that's what I know. And in the AD department you have the runner at the bottom, you have third AD, second AD, first AD, and then obviously you have the director. And the runner supports everyone, the third AD tends to look after the background, supports the first AD on set really, keeps an eye on the times, when scenes have started filming, when they've stopped filming, how many setups they've been. Then you've got the second AD who is usually based at base with the cast and making sure that they've got through costume and makeup. They also help, they do the call sheets, and they are very much, like I said, based in the office. And then you've got the first AD who again is on set, and they are the support for the director basically. The director obviously has the vision and knows what they want. It is the job of the first AD to listen and tell everyone when we're filming. It is the job of the first AD to make sure, again, that everything's running smoothly. It's the job of the first AD to organise what's being filmed on what day. It's a very demanding department, this. I mean, all the departments are. But this, you have to be very good with your time management, and you have to be a people person, particularly as a runner, because you meet so many people, you go to every single department, you have to relay information, and most importantly, as a runner, you need to be great at making a tea and coffee. I myself graduated university in June 2018, and it literally feels like yesterday. I can't believe that it's already like 2.5 years ago. It's crazy. But yeah, I spent 9 months as a post-production runner at Gorilla in Cardiff, and then as soon as I got my driving license I decided to go freelance. And since going freelance I kind of like jumped around. I've done a lot of entertainment and factual, like Crime Watch, Republic of Britain, some kids shows, and I've also done some dramas such as His Dark Materials and a feature film where I was a third AD called Knights of Camelot. It's been very varied for me, and I think that's one thing you've got to know when you go into the industry. It's not one straight line. You may want to go in there like I did, wanting to work primarily in the drama department as an AD, and I've been lucky enough to do it, but I've also taken on other roles, especially this year. I've just kind of said yes to everything that comes my way, because even though you may want to work in drama, a factual show can really help, because I think I find about factual is it's so fast paced. It's literally bam, 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 and I'm not saying drama isn't. So it helps you with your time management, and it just helps you get used to different ways of working really. So don't say no to jobs just because it's not the area that you wish to go into, because everything's helpful. What I'm about to say, these are things that I've either picked up, people have told me, and just things that I think help to make you be a good runner. So first up, I'd say you need to be outgoing. You need to want to help people. You need to make sure that people know that you're not just there to make money, because I mean, at the end of the day, everyone does want to make money, but you need to show that you enjoy what you're doing and you're willing to work the long, sometimes antisocial days, because you're away from your family and friends for so long. So yeah, it is tough, but be outgoing and show people that you want to be there, because it does go a long way. Even just by smiling to someone when you're miserable, just smile and people will remember that. Network with people, talk to them and tell them what to do. Learn how to make a great cup of tea, see it keeps coming up. Keep your CV to 1 or 2 pages. Now this is kind of like personal opinion, I think, because there are groups on Facebook where everyone will post their CV and they'll want feedback, and someone will say one thing about it, one will say another, blah 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 blah. Definitely keep it to 2 pages if possible. Well, I'd even say keep it to 1 page. That is what I try to do. I try and, ever since I began the industry, I've somehow tried to make sure, even with little experience, I've always tried to make sure that I fill up a page, an A4 page. And then if there's any more information, go on to a second, but try as much as you can to keep it to that first page, because people don't want to be reading an essay about your life. They do not care. Sell your skills, sell where you've been, and even if you've got very little experience, don't be afraid by that. Don't be put off by joining the industry or trying to break into the industry. Put like work experience that you've had, or these little short films that you've made. Make people, because even people will be aware, everybody has started out with little experience. Like, as long as they can see your passion for what you want to do, you'll get a job. Learn to drive, get business insurance. I will say, learning to drive is not the be all and end all. You can progress in the industry without a car. It is possible, especially if you're living in places such as London. It might be harder if you're, say, where I am in Cardiff, but you can progress in this industry without cars, so don't be put off by that. Be able to follow instruction quickly and efficiently. Be confident when talking over the radio. Ask questions. Like I said, everyone that you'll be working with on a set or in an interview room when you're working, I don't know, on Crime Watch, on the next run, whatever you're doing, everyone has been in your position, and they, even if they do seem as if they're a bit cold to talk to, they're not. They're just having a stressful time, because it can be a tough job. But yeah, everyone will be happy to answer your questions if you've got any. First up is a bum bag. These come in so much use when you're on set, because you'll be running around, you'll have a call sheet in your hand, you'll have to mark off what scenes you've been doing. Someone will need a pen. Buy a lot of pens because they will get stolen. But you can put everything in here. You can put your pens, get highlighters, felt tips, endless amount of Sharpies, because Sharpies go walkies, but they are perfect for being on set. But then you can put things like camera tape, because although not essential to being a runner, I think it can come in use when someone, say, in the camera department needs something, or something needs covering on set really quickly. You got that tape, you can save the day, and again, you look great. So even though it may not be essential, it's worth having. I'd also say, because of the current climate, a massive essential to have would be hand sanitizer, and obviously a mask. They're things you do need. Alongside the bum bag though, you need suitable clothes, you need waterproofs, you need jumpers, walking boots, thermal. It might sound like you have to spend a lot of money to begin. Really you don't. I mean, I got this as a present when I left Gorilla, but £10, and then obviously a good coat you can get for a good £30, I reckon. Walking boot. I went to Trespass, I think it was, and I got a pair that should have been 90 quid down to 30. Like, you look for the offers, but yeah, these will be something that will be useful to you on set in the future. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think this video is going to become a series, because I've got that much I want to talk to you about in more depth that I'm just having to rush through it at the minute. So if it feels like I'm not touching upon what you want me to touch upon, please comment it down below and I'll get it into a future video. But next up, I'm going to be talking to you about phrases, just the main ones that I reckon you need to know when on a set. First up, I've put turn in or roll in. This basically means that the camera is rolling, we're about to go for a take, everyone needs to be quiet. The first AD will shout it, then the third AD will shout it, and then all of the runners will shout it, and basically the runners will be scattered, everyone will be scattered, so everyone knows that you need to be quiet because we're going for a take. Next up, 10-1 or 10-2. You'll be on the radio, and I don't know, let's say Judi Dench 10-1, basically means Judi Dench is going for a wee, or Judi Dench 10-2, Judi Dench is going for a number 2, you get it. Action, very self-explanatory, it means we're going for a take, it's begun, so just be quiet, it's your final. Then the opposite to that, we've got cut. It means that the scene has complete, or not the scene is complete, but that take has been complete. And then obviously they may shout turning again, and then action, we might go for another one. But yeah, cut means that scene, that take anyway, has ended. And then we've got checks, which basically means just before we're going for a take. someone will shout checks, usually the first AD, and then again the third, and the runner will then shout it again. And we'll see if costume and makeup want to come in, and if they do, you'll then reply being like, check's coming in, or if they're happy, check's happy. And then the final one I've got on here is blocking, or rehearsing basically. So we're going to go for a take, but we just want to block it through a bit. We want to understand the scene a bit more, and that's when the director's on the set with the actors, just going through what he wants to get out of them basically. Now, one thing that I want to get across in this initial video is that you do not need to go to university to work in TV and film. Yeah, I did go to university and I loved it, but I kind of went to get away from my hometown. I went to get that sense of freedom, and it just so happened that I went and studied something that I really loved, and I was lucky enough to get a job straight out of uni. But you don't need to go that way, and if you do, great, take every opportunity you can, because when I went, I was lucky enough to do some TED Talks where I was floor manager. I got to work on a drama in my third year with Eve Miles and Michael Sheen as a runner, and that was my first introduction to the TV world, really, a professional environment. But like I said, there are many other ways to get into this industry. So many people I've worked with didn't go and actually did apprenticeships when they left college. But there's other things that have been helpful to me. First one being screen skills. Basically in 2019 I got on to the trainee scheme, which was to do with the assistant directors. They do it again for all the departments, and you're on that for a year. And basically what they help you with is they can help you understand the industry. They give you training. I got some first aid training, I got COVID training, I got to understand what it's like to deal with tax. They also have bursaries that they can help you with. They have mentor schemes where a professional from the industry will help you decide what you want to do, or if you're already in the industry, will help you find a certain way to go. And as well as that, they also hold courses, especially at the minute with the COVID. They hold a lot of free courses, so if you haven't got the experience you feel like you need to start in the industry, head onto the Screen Skills website and do their courses, especially the COVID safety training. You will not be able to work really without that course. It's really easy, it's free, you get a certificate, and you just be able to show people that you understand what we have to do now. But definitely recommend Screen Skills. I'd also say to check out Screen Alliance Wales, which is similar to Screen Skills. It is a Welsh trainee program that helps educate people in schools, college, universities, and gets you placement or work experience anyway, as well as some jobs and training in Bad Wolf here in Cardiff on things like His Dark Material. They've also just released their own version of the COVID safety, so head on over to there and do that one as well. Then you've also got things like the Call Time Diary service, Film Camry, Screen England. There's various ways where you can break into this industry without having to go to university. You don't need to spend thousands of pounds to be in this industry. Now, the last thing I want to touch upon in this initial video is where to find jobs, because to people on the outside it may seem like a completely different world. First up, there's a website called Talent Manager. You have the free version and the professional version. There's no need to get the professional version really. It offers you a few extra things, but that's about it. The free version, you can still see the jobs. I'm pretty sure you can still apply for them on there, but that's a really, really good resource. Another good place to find work, surprisingly, is Facebook. There's so many good groups on Facebook for runners and for various other levels when you eventually progress up the ladder. I'll post a link down below to them groups so you can join them. The other one that I've got is sending your CV to production companies, like I said. Be pushy without being annoying. Make them aware of who you are as early on as you can, because like I said, how do you expect them to know you and give you work if they don't know you exist? Even if they haven't got any work going, there's no harm in sending an email and making them aware of who you are, because you never know what help they could then give to you. And then other than that, I've also jotted down talent pools like BBC talent pools, ITV talent pools, etc. I was lucky enough to join the BBC talent pool this year, so I got a few jobs out of that, but there are definitely a few places to look as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I really hope this has been of use. I know there's been so much information kind of just thrown at you in a short space of time, but I just wanted this initial video to kind of cover everything. I just wanted it to be, if anyone sees this video, they kind of get an idea of what they need to do. But of course, if you want more of this kind of stuff, please comment down below any questions, any queries you have about the industry, starting out, certain roles, etc. and I'll see what I can do. And if I do progress with this series, if it's something you want, I've got a few interviews hopefully lined up with other runners talking about their experiences. I also wanted to do one specifically on the call sheet so you understood how to read one. So when you get on set, you're not totally scared by what you are reading, because it can be a bit terrifying when you first get one. There's a lot of information there. Other than that though, please go and check out my social media. I talk about film literally all the time. It's literally the only thing that makes me happy at the minute. So if you want to have a bit of an escapism from the horrible reality that we're in right now, go to my Twitter, go to my Instagram, look at my photos, and we'll just talk about movies, because that's literally all I want right now. But other than that, I'll see you soon, hopefully with another one of these. Bye!